There's something you should know. If you ever move into an apartment, and the layout changes while you sleep, it means the place isn't empty. It means it's choosing you. Jennifer never believed in hauntings. She only believed in escaping her problems. So when Christmas night turned into the worst fight she'd ever had with her mother, she packed a bag, grabbed her coat, and left home without looking back. She walked for miles through the cold until she found an apartment listing that seemed too good to be true. A cheap unit available immediately, fully furnished. And for some reason, she didn't hesitate. She moved in that very night. When Jennifer unlocked the door, the air inside felt colder than outside. The place was tidy, warm-colored, and quiet. But something felt off, like the apartment was holding its breath. She brushed it off. New places always felt strange at first, right? Jennifer put her bag on the table, looked around, and whispered, "At least I'm safe here." But the moment she turned her back, the hallway lights flickered, almost like the apartment was whispering back. That night, she walked through the small living room, the narrow hall, the single bedroom, and the tiny bathroom. Everything was simple, normal, boring, and boring felt comforting. Until midnight. At exactly 12 a.m., Jennifer heard a soft click from somewhere inside the walls, like a lock turning by itself. She paused. "Hello?" Silence. She walked to her bedroom door, gripped the handle, and froze. The hallway outside wasn't the same hallway she walked through earlier. It was longer, much longer, and at the very end, someone, or something, was standing, still, unmoving, watching her. Jennifer blinked once, twice. The figure at the end of the hallway didn't move. She whispered, "This wasn't here before." The apartment was small. There should not be a hallway this long. Her heart pounded as she stepped back into her room and shut the door. She leaned against it, breathing fast. This is just stress, she told herself. Just stress. But the second she turned to her bed, the bed wasn't in the same place. It had shifted just a little. Like someone nudged it with force. Jennifer backed away slowly, refusing to blink again. The shadows in the corners stretched longer, like they were reaching for her. She waited until morning, barely sleeping, and as soon as the sun rose, she checked the hallway again. It was back to normal. Short, narrow, silent. "Okay," Jennifer whispered, "I'm losing it." But the unease wouldn't leave her chest. She made coffee, sat on the couch, and noticed something she didn't see before. A small piece of paper tucked under the TV. She unfolded it. "Stop moving my things." Jennifer dropped it. "What? This isn't funny." She checked the furniture, the drawers, the cabinets, and that's when she noticed the scratches on the floor. Deep, fresh, dragging marks, as if heavy furniture had been pulled thousands of times across the same path. "Someone lived here before," she said quietly. And they were not okay. That night she stayed awake. She wanted to see what really happened at midnight. At 11:59 p.m., she stood in the living room staring at the hallway. 12 a.m. Click. The lights dimmed. The ceiling shifted, stretching upward. The hallway extended again. But this time, doors appeared on each side. Doors that weren't there that morning. One door slowly creaked open, and a voice whispered from inside, "Jennifer, you came back." Jennifer froze. That voice, it sounded like a woman crying. No, Jennifer whispered. "I don't know you, I just moved here." But the voice inside the dark room whispered again, "You always say that." Jennifer's skin crawled. She forced her feet to move, backing away from the hallway. But every step she took, the hallway followed her, stretching, pulling her back. Her vision blurred, and suddenly, Jennifer was no longer in the hallway. She was sitting on the apartment floor. Daylight. Her hands trembling. What happened? Had she fainted? She checked the time. 12:01 p.m. A full 12 hours had passed, and next to her was another note. This one written in handwriting identical to hers. "Don't let her out." Jennifer's throat tightened. Her handwriting, her paper, her pen. But she didn't write this. She stood up shakily, opened the fridge, opened the bathroom cabinet, opened the drawers. Everywhere she looked, she saw things that belonged to her mother. Her photos, her old music player, a scarf she lost years ago. No, this is impossible. I never brought these here. The apartment wasn't changing. It was remembering her. Every night at midnight, It tried to force her into a role she didn't understand. She had to leave. She grabbed her coat, ran to the door, and paused. Another note was taped to the exit. Handwritten. Shaky, desperate. Leaving never works. You've tried 14 times. Jennifer whispered. What are you trying to tell me? Suddenly, the lights went out, and she wasn't alone anymore. Cold breath brushed against her neck. A voice, familiar, broken, terrified, whispered right behind her ear. You forgot again, Jennifer. She spun around and saw herself. A cracked, pale version of her. Dark circles, trembling lips, eyes filled with terror. A version of her that looked like she'd been living here for years. Jennifer stumbled back. Nope, you're not real. The other Jennifer shook her head slowly. I tried to leave too. Her voice wavered. But the apartment doesn't let us. Every time you escape it, you forget everything. Jennifer felt her stomach drop. Escape? What are you talking about? The cracked Jennifer lifted her sleeve, revealing tally marks carved into her arm. 14. 14 times, she whispered. We've tried 14 times. Jennifer's legs nearly collapsed beneath her. I forgot all of that? The cracked Jennifer nodded. It resets you. Midnight resets everything. The rooms move. The hallways shift. And you wake up thinking you just moved in. Jennifer backed toward the living room, but the apartment was shifting again. Walls moving like lungs, floor stretching like skin. The cracked Jennifer grabbed her hand desperately. Listen to me, there's only one way out. Jennifer's breath hitched. How? Her other self leaned in, whispering words that made Jennifer's entire world freeze. You have to lock her back inside the room. The woman you heard crying. She's the original owner. She's the one the apartment is bonded to. Jennifer trembled. So she's alive? The cracked version of her lowered her head. Not anymore. Boom. A door slammed open somewhere deep in the shifting hallway, and slow footsteps began moving toward them. The footsteps grew louder, dragging, uneven. Jennifer grabbed her cracked double's hand, but her double shoved her backward. Run. Jennifer sprinted through the living room, but every corridor twisted into another door, another hallway, another dead end. The apartment wasn't letting her go. Click. Midnight. The walls froze. Everything stopped moving. This was her only chance. She turned toward the crying room. The door was open now. Dark. Cold. Smelling like dirt and old memories. A silhouette stood inside. A woman with long tangled hair, broken limbs, and a face that twitched like shattered porcelain. She whispered, Jennifer, you left me here. For so long. Jennifer screamed and slammed the door shut. But the woman pushed from the other side with inhuman strength. The cracked Jennifer appeared, pushing the door too. Lock it! Jennifer reached for the bolt, shaking, crying, screaming. Click! The door locked. Silence. The apartment exhaled. Her cracked self smiled weakly, fading like dust. You did it. Maybe this time. We finally leave. Jennifer collapsed to the floor. Morning came. Warm sunlight. Normal walls. Normal hallway. Jennifer opened the front door. And for the first time, it opened. She stepped out. Free! She walked down the stairs, tears falling. But then she saw it. A note on the lobby wall. Her handwriting. If you're reading this, it means the apartment let you go. But she won't stay locked forever. Run. Jennifer dropped the note. Turned around. The apartment door on the 7th floor slowly creaked open by itself. Something stepped out. If you want more long-form horror stories like this, don't forget to subscribe, drop a comment, and tell me which part scared you the most. Stay aware, stay safe, and never trust a room that moves by itself.